everything. I mean, in my whole life, right? That's been my problem. Like, you know, needing external validation and attaching being a good athlete or being smart or like, you know, whatever it was to your identity, right? So I remember the first time I tore my hamstring, and I was like,
the first time it happened more than once?
Oh, no, it only happened once. Sorry. The first instance of this where I was practicing racing, the sprinting, and I really wanted to go to the Olympics in 2012. So, and I like had some really good times already, like in grade 8 and 9, and you know, I was really fast, and it completely attaching my identity to that. And when I was never the same sprinter again after that. And it's hard, right? It's really hard because you attach your validation, people thinking you're so great, you're such a good sprinter, like all the love and things that you're receiving. And I know that absolutely this business is a massive part of my identity, right? And so any rejection from clients or any sorts of failure, I'm constantly having to do a lot of work to understand, to observe it, like let money come and go, people come and go. First person resigned, you know, when that happened, like it was a big thing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all these things, you know what I'm saying? And you like, like all these things you need to like detach or just work through to some degree, right? Because you are more than a sprinter, and understanding that what you have learned up until that point is more important, right? No one can take away the rooms that, and these are things I've had to really, really work on. Like no one can take away the times I've pitched to investors, the sales, the board meetings, like the things that you've done, the things that I've seen. Even if this business disappeared, I still have that. It's still in me, right? The experience of it is still there. But man, it's difficult. And I can tell you, like there has been, and there probably still will be, a lot of sadness and mourning on some degree. Like as I remove it from my identity, as I build who I am more. I totally lost myself for a period in this business. You know, it becomes all consuming, a complete distraction, and you can, like, I can tell you moments where I've been in like a deep dark space or like a sad space, and then I can get onto a sales call, put on a smile on a face, and receive so much validation and love, and like, this is amazing. And suddenly my state's changed, but I actually haven't worked through the things that I need to, like the sadness or the darkness. And so you get really disconnected with who you are, what you're going through. And so, I mean, even now I'm going through something, and I keep having to not distract myself from feeling.
Sit in the pause,
the shitty feelings, right? Like, and the sadness and the crying and and it's so hard because I have work to do, so I can't really sit there. But I'm like, I know if I don't sit there and don't deal with that stuff, it's like I'm going to create the same cycle. So I think eventually what happened about it, like end of last year, October last year, like I think I reached like a really, 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 really low point. And that's what's really brought me back to the space now where I'm a lot more connected with myself. And that, like, I think, you know, certain things that can like bring you back to your knees, right? And then you kind of work your way back from there. And I did that through breath work, which is, for me, has been the most powerful thing I've done to connect back to myself. Like 5 minutes of breathing every morning. And I'm always shocked at how powerful it is. Meditating, stretching, listening to podcasts, like starting the day not on my phone or thinking about work, which is why I'm going to devote myself to something again for like 40 days, because I think it's going to again bring me back to that center in a time where I'm feeling a lot of anxiety and my thing is I'm going to breathe 5 minutes, meditate 20 minutes, and I'm writing 3 things I'm grateful for, and I'm just going to do that for 40 days. And I know that on day 10 I'm already going to be a different person. And like, that's the power of these little things, like these what seem like insignificant things, but have such a power to transform your mind and like your outlook and your ability to be resilient and like creative and solve things and not react. So